Oruz Hill International Hotel is located in the city center, closer to Oruz Hill People's Hospital than Doris's villa locality. Therefore, when Walter got into Rolls-Royce and set off for the hospital, Charlie and Doris had just walked halfway. When Charlie parked the car and walked into the inpatient building of the People's Hospital with Doris, Walter's car also followed into the parking lot. Doris was excited and nervous at the same time, and she would not consciously turn into a run after taking 2 steps. Charlie also speeded up and followed her all the way to the door of the ward. Pushing the door and entering, Doris's mother Leathina was lying in front of the bed to rest. Although Leathina was only in her 50s, she was very tired at this time. Her mental state seemed to be indistinguishable from an old lady in her 60s or 70s. Hearing the sound of the two entering the door, Leathina raised her head. Seeing that it was her daughter Doris and a man she did not know, she was a little surprised and asked, "Doris, who is this?" Doris subconsciously wanted to say that Charlie is her boss, but Charlie took the lead at this time and said with a smile, "Hello Auntie, my name is Charlie. I am Doris's friend." Leathina nodded hurriedly, and said politely, "Oh, hello, Mr. Charlie." Seeing that Charlie did not want to reveal his identity as the chairman of the Emgrand Group, Doris hurriedly said to her mother, "Mom, Charlie has a miraculous medicine that can cure all diseases. Dad can be saved this time." As soon as the voice fell, the door of the ward was pushed open. Walter sneered as he walked in. "Which magic stick said he has a magic medicine that can cure all diseases? You have created money into a regular hospital, so brave." Seeing Walter coming in, Doris's face immediately became very ugly. She glared at Walter and said coldly, "You are not welcome here. Please go out." Walter smiled with interest, and said, "Doris, how come your temper will go up at night?" After that, he paced to Doris, smiled disdainfully, and said, "Ha, Doris, you are turning so fast now because you got the cure for all diseases. The magic drug? In our United States, there are often some Washa magic sticks cheating money in Chinatown, but as long as they are caught by the federal police, without exception, they will all be sent to jail. But here it seems they have an exception?" Speaking of this, he couldn't help but look at Charlie, looked up and down at him for a moment, and asked Doris with a smile, "Is this the magic stick? It looks like he is younger than most of the magic sticks I have seen." Seeing Walt's arrogant appearance, Charlie couldn't help but frown. He saw Walter for the first time, and he didn't know the relationship and entanglement between Doris and Walter. Even Doris's father was seriously ill and was hospitalized. He had heard about it not long ago, so he was a little confused about the sudden emergence of Walter in front of him, and he didn't know the origin of this blonde foreigner. When Doris heard that Walter described Charlie as a sacred stick, she immediately scolded angrily, "Walter, don't rant here. This is the Master Charlie Wade who everyone knows in Oruz Hill. Not the so-called sacred stick in your mouth." Walter curled his lips and said disdainfully, "Don't all of you in this place want to be masters of some kind? What Qigong masters, metaphysics masters, feng shui masters, there are masters everywhere. In my opinion, they are all fucking liars." Charlie was already a little upset at this time, so he said, "I advise you to respect and think it before you speak. This is my city, not your backyard." Walter looked at Charlie and said contemptuously, "Boy, I don't want to talk too much nonsense with you. I'm here to talk to Doris about her father. People who have nothing to do with her can get away as soon as possible." Charlie sneered and said, "You have a big tone. What on earth is it that gives you the confidence to speak out here?" Walter sneered with an arrogant look. "My name is Walter Hogwitz, your magic stick. Have you heard of the famous Hogwitz family in America?" Charlie smiled indifferently. "Sorry, I have never heard of the Witz family that you are talking about," Walter said coldly. "I'm telling you. The Hogwitz family is a well-known large real estate developer in the United States. Its business not only covers the United States, but also has large industries in Canada, the United Kingdom, Germany, and France. Kings Manhattan, New York, has a building named after the Hogwitz family." Charlie curled his lips and smiled. "You have a building in Manhattan, New York, so you dare to come to this place to show that off. Did you carry that building on your back?" Walter frowned upon hearing this. He could hear that the meaning of Charlie's words was to ridicule his mansion in Manhattan, New York, which would not work well in China. So he shouted coldly, "Boy, although the building can't be moved, the dollars in my account can be circulated around the world anytime and anywhere. This is called hard currency and hard power, understand?" Charlie nodded and said with a smile, "When you say this, I will understand." After speaking, Charlie couldn't help asking curiously, "I don't know how much you Hogwarts family are worth in total." Walter snorted coldly. "That's naturally over 10 billion, as he said." Walter waved his hand in disgust, and muttered, "I don't understand what I am doing with you, a god stick." Immediately afterward, he directly looked at Doris on the side and went straight to the subject. "Doris, I don't want to talk too much nonsense with you. I have said many things countless times, and my mouth is full of cocoons. I'll say it again for the last time. It's Uncle's kidney problem. Do you want to agree to my terms?" "If you don't agree, the kidney source can't be retained," Doris subconsciously asked. "Didn't you tell me to answer you in 24 hours? It's just a long time before I reach that point." Walter smiled and said, "Sorry." The French suddenly added $50,000 to the donor in order to grab this kidney source. Now the donor has been a little shaken, and he wants me to settle it down with him as soon as possible. Otherwise, he will sell it directly to the French, so you have to give me a clear answer now. Yes or no?" Charlie asked Doris at this time. "Doris, what's going on?" Doris replied, "Master, this Walter is a classmate who was studying in the United States with me. He helped my dad find a successful kidney source in the United States, but the requirement is..." When talking about this, Doris suddenly became stammered. Walter's terms were so shameless that she couldn't even describe them in words. At this time, Walter sneered, "My request is very simple, let Doris be my lover for 10 years. Give me a few children." "Why? Do you have an opinion about this?"